da ba da da dee da. Ba da da dum ba da dee. Bum ba zum ba da dee da 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 da. Ba dee da 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 ba ba bum. Hello, travelers of the internet! Welcome back to Guardian Studios, or if you are new to the channel, hey there and welcome to ya. My name is JGuardo1, and I am your host, your guide, and your humble bard into the worlds virtual and fantastical. I know I've been kind of omitting that last bit every now and then, but eh. Either way, I am very pleased to welcome you all back to the channel, or in the case of newcomers, welcome you fresh to a Guardian Studios experience here on the YouTube channel. We are diving back into the world of Galabor, my friends, where I want to find some stuff to do. But I'll admit, I have no idea what I'm going to do. But I want to show you guys something. Check out my levels. Yep, I'm up to 58. And this is all the stuff that we have gotten from this incredible farm. It may not necessarily seem like a whole lot, but it is a lot more than you might think. This is stuff that I got from just maybe an hour and a half of AFK time after last night's session. And these tridents, they weren't all intact like that. I had to combine tridents to get them to be that durable. Yeah. I have been getting a good amount of stuff out of this. And this thing is already backed up on the rotten flesh side of things. That ought to tell you something. Actually want to take this stuff with us, or at least most of it. But this drone farm very clearly does its job. I've added in a bunch of storage for it, so it's got lots of buffer before it would have to be emptied. But this darn thing is awesome. I'm looking forward to using it more in the future, getting more copper. I don't know if there might be a way to make it even more efficient. If there is, I don't know it, but if such a thing, if there is a way to do that, to make it even more efficient, I will probably eventually try to figure out how to do it. Still got the little guy following me? Yes, I do. Good. Alright, now that we've got our drowned farm working, let's get out of here. Let's head for home. Let's head back to Hobbit's Cove, where we can try to figure out what we want to do next. Oh, hey. Alright, so I got a couple little guys currently active, following me around. That's good. That's good. I think one of the things we ought to do today is make more of these beacons. Because I've got these two over here on this side of Hobbit's Cove, at the actual Hobbit's Cove. But over there, there's a dock on another bit of sea that I gotta decide, do I want to have beacons over on that side and the dock, an actual dock over there, or not? Do I just want it to be a little platform? Not 100% sure. Oh wow, wait a minute. I can go all the way around? I didn't think I actually could. Maybe I do need to build more beacons and build one over here. Because the point of the beacons is to make it so that you've got a landmark for Hobbit's Cove. Maybe it's not so much Hobbit's Cove or as Hobbit Cape. Yeah, that might be what it is. It might be better off to call it Hobbit's Cape. Yeah, Hobbit's Cape. Yeah, I might call it that. That might be a good idea. But I am now thinking I might have to adjust my intentions in this area. Build a couple of more beacons around here. Build one at the end of this little peninsula. Build one somewhere over here. Maybe right there. To help define this spot. And help mark where the other dock is going to be. And then one somewhere over there to show that that's where Hobbit's Cape comes to an end. And then we build off docks, some kind of docks over here. I know whatever I do, one of the docks would have to be a fishing dock, and one would have to be suitable for, like, the Blue Rogue to dock at. Man, if I could only port this world over to Java Edition and could put it into the right version of the game. If I could put this into a version that had Create, I could make the Blue Rogue into a mobile ship. An actual mobile ship. And that, my friends, would be absolutely incredible. It's the one thing that I wish Minecraft could do, is have native, like, movable structures. Boats and ships and things like that you can actually have move around. I've wanted that since I first started playing. Unfortunately, no dice. The closest we've ever gotten to that was during the April Fool's potato or poisonous potato or whatever it was. It was some kind of potato update. But it was an April Fool's update. Which, if you don't know what the April Fool's updates are, those are updates Mojang does to kind of joke around with the community. But they also sometimes hide features that the developers at Mojang are considering adding into the game. And during the potato update, they had one that made it so that you had a redstone component that could actually move an entire structure if it was built right. And I really wish that that was something that we had in the game. That we had a way to move structures. Granted, there would have to be some way to be able to turn them as well, but my first thought is make it so that we can turn it into a kind of entity, or a tile entity or something. Have it turn as we steer it, and then whenever we're not controlling it, it turns to the closest of the 90-degree angles, facing either north, south, east, or west, basically. That'd be my thought, but I don't know if that's possible with Bedrock Edition or even Java natively. Of course, I say that because I don't know how the modders, the modding community, have made it so that there are mods that can actually do stuff like that. Turn bunches of blocks into entities and things like that. I don't know how they do that stuff. I'm not a modder. I'm just a player. Okay, remember this is the one for the snow. So real quick, let's go ahead and rename this lodestone compass. This is me doing a couple of different random idle things because there are things that need to be fixed. Snowdrift Valley. Seems like a good name for a snowy area. First compass is always going to be the Hobbit Hole. Next over is going to be the snowy area. Then we got the cargo drop-off, which that's one that is for if I have a chest boat somewhere and I'm sailing from point A to point B and around and around and all that. I can easily leave a lodestone at that spot where the boat is, go get whatever I'm gonna get, bring it back to the boat, load the boat, and then come back. And then go back to wherever I'm getting stuff from, and then come back to the boat again, and once the boat and myself are full of whatever I'm there to get in that area, bada bing, bada boom, we head out. And I take the lodestone with me. So where did I leave the boat? I know I left the boat somewhere around here. There it is. That a trident boy? No, it's just a drown that doesn't know I'm out of his reach. Moron. Yeah, I think I might go ahead and do that. Recreate the beacons in these different spots. I may kind of... Actually, yeah, I think that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and do the beacon. I might make a bridge out to this little islet here and give that the beacon. How much space is on the other side of it? Because I'd want to make sure there's plenty of space between this little islet and the next shore. That's what I'll do. Because the idea would be to have the beacons be spaced out so you can see where Hobbit's Cape is. Man, I already took to that pretty quick. Instead of Hobbit's Cove, I'm calling it Hobbit's Cape. I like that. I want to make it so that it's easy to what is it? I want to make it so that we've got space where it would be believable for ships to go through that area. And I want to make sure that we've got a beacon in every part of the area so that if you were sailing the ship, okay, you see the beacon even though it's dark, and boom, you know you're close to such and such a shore. Or something like that. least that would be the intention. So yeah, we're gonna end up building one somewhere out here. Either... I have a feeling I might put it here. Yeah, I think we're gonna put it here. Might raise it up a couple of blocks and put a deck on one side, on the side that you're coming in and out of. But I think that's what I might do. So I'll build one on that little islet, and then over here where we were standing earlier and looking over at the back door of the hobbit hole, I'll do another one I'll either do it right there or I'll do it right here. One of the two. Kind of feel like I'd want to do it right here so that it's conceivable that you can see this shore and its craggy, kind of bad shapey state. And then I'd have one over there somewhere close by that would give you a look at this area over here. So you can see this dock in case you have to come in the dock over here. What's a horse doing over here? Huh. I think he took a wrong turn. Hey, hello, Gabby. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Guardian Studios. Or welcome back if you are a returning viewer. Either way, hope you enjoy your time here. And I hope you're having a good day. Or if not, then hey, hope the stream makes your day a little bit better. Ah, you are a returning viewer. I thought so. Somehow I kind of thought so. Oh, my ear. Ow, 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 ow. Ah, there we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that. That's something I'm gonna have to fix later. I'm gonna have to see if I can fix that later. That's what I thought. That button does pick block. That button does the emotes. That one does the camera view change, and this one does not seem to do anything. What is the up key for? What is the up button for? Hang on a second. We're going to take a glance at my button configurations. Hey, it's Leo! Leo. Welcome back, Leo. Good to see you, my dude. How you doing? Doing alright? I hope so. Oh, so when I have mob effects, that lets me see that. Okay, that makes sense. I'm doing pretty good, Leo. I'm doing pretty good. Just trying to figure out what to do with this session. I'm thinking I'm probably going to end up spending it building some beacons around here. You know, my little light towers. I've come to realize that I live on the edge of not a cove alone, but a cape. If we come over this way, that bit over there is actually part of a cape that sticks out into the ocean. So what I'm thinking, and there's not much distance from here to the opposite shore. So what I'm thinking, at least I think this is what you would call a cape. I'm not entirely sure. But I'm thinking we will put one of those light towers, those beacons, over on that far islet there. Make bridges connected up to the rest of the cape. And then coming over here, build another one. I'm thinking right over, maybe right here. Either right here or right over there. And then we'll add a fishing dock and a ship dock over at the back door of the Hobbit hole. And then we'll do one more beacon on the far side of the back door. Somewhere over that away. And I say all this because I'd like for there to be these beacons to kind of make sense of, okay, there's plenty of lights around here to help sailors find their way around the cape. Just hang on one second. I want to make sure I'm using that term right. Geography, a cape. Coastal landform that extends into a body of water, like a river, lake, or ocean. So I got it right! It's a cape. You learn something new every day. Glad to find out that I was actually using the term right. I don't like it when I use a term and I get it wrong. Sometimes I have no choice on that matter. Sometimes I'm trying to say something I don't have the proper words, so I substitute. Okay. I want to see. Can I rename a bundle? I think I can. The Nava bundle. I like it. So now I never lose track. Okay, that's definitely the Nava bundle. This is the bundle. This is where I'm keeping extra compasses and lodestones for right now. We've also got a clock in here. That's for if I'm mining or if I'm in a cave. Gotta be able to double check to see what time it is. And then this is my travel bag. Gotta find more places to put these shelves so that I can get tool sets and things like that swapped around. So I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna be working on the beacons. But I need to double check what materials specifically go into making these beacons. I know I think it's light blue stained glass. It's either light blue stained glass or regular blue stained glass. And I don't mean using that stained glass for windows. I mean I use that glass for this. The central part. This is where a beam would come up out of the bottom if I used an actual beacon in here, which one day I will have beacons in all of them. Which they'll be color-coded so that I don't lose track of, okay, so if I see these beams, I'm at Hobbit's Cape. If I see a different color of beam, I'm closer to a different place. Alright, so spruce. Looks like spruce all throughout. That's actually a good thing. I'm glad that it's spruce, because I can get a lot of that. Spruce and stone brick. Okay. Cool. And we got our turtle friends over here. At some point, I need to get some more turtle eggs off those guys. Off the turtles. I also have to finish my ship, the Blue Rogue, at some point. Put in the bottom. I'm gonna take another glance at the ship. I love this thing. So I gotta remember, it's a 252 side for that one, or for those ones. We'll need stone bricks. We'll need spruce, especially. Oh, that's Throttlestone. I forgot about that. Throttlestone was something I was using to fill in gaps in the, I was using it to build up the filters for the valuable organizer. Wait a minute, that was the layer where I was getting my stone. This is where I need to be. Hey, Delta! Good to see you, dude. How you doing? You doing good? I hope so. I do. I hope you're doing real good, my man. Cool. Cool. It's a first-person shooter, right? Never played it myself, but I know a lot of people out there enjoy it. Ah, interesting. Makes sense. That reminds me, I gotta double check and make sure my PlayStation's got the, got this month's games. Yeah, I gotta double check and make sure I've got this month's games, otherwise I might miss out. I don't want to miss out. If anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, PS Plus has a deal where if you've got a subscription every month, they give you a chance to add a digital version of a certain couple of games to your account, so you can download them from your PS Plus library and be able to play them. Oh wow! You got premium? Oh man, that's awesome. I had to settle for the essential. I settled for essential. I wish I had premium, because they've got a bunch of games in the game catalog, in the classics catalog specifically, that I would love to stink and play. Like Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank. Those are some of the big ones. Jak and Daxter. There's a few games from previous systems that really ought to be re-released as physical copies for the PS4 and 5, as far as I'm concerned. Oh yeah? Cool. Good games? I ask because I have never played them. Never played any version of them. Although I know PlayStation gets a lot of cheek for the fact that they keep remastering or remaking one of the Last of Us games. Cool. Cool. I am trying to build a recreation of one of my beacons. One of my beacon structures. See that tower over there with the campfires up in the top part? That's one of my beacons. I want to recreate that. I'm trying to build another one of those over here as part of the series of landmarks I'm trying to build around here to be able to denote that this is Hobbit's Cape. Hey, listen! Ladies and gentlemen, listen, the Check and Jackie Hamilton has returned. Let us all prepare for chaos. I'm half kidding. Stress on the half kidding. You'll never know if I'm being entirely serious. I want a darker color log for the ones that are in the water. Will this work? Or is it too dark? Huh. They look extremely alike. That's just the lighting, I think, though. Alright, Ellison. Well, hey, thank you for dropping in. It was good to see you drop into the chat. I wish you could have stayed to bring some chaos. But we'll see you next time, my friend. Oh, yeah, there it is. As soon as I saw you say you were gonna say something real quick, I realized, oh, she gonna say it. She gonna say it, and then you did. Chicken jockey! And the sun's setting. Good grief. See, that's another part of the reason why I kind of wish you could make ships that can actually sail the sea. Or trains that can actually move along a set of rails in vanilla. Because then I could sail the Blue Road along a path around the Cape and easily be able to be able to store a bunch of stuff to take with me wherever I go to build things. Hmm. Whoops, wrong ones. Hmm. Mm.